Stewardship Strategies That Strengthen Membership session. I don't know why we picked a title that was such a tongue twister, but that's where we're at. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm Megan Richenberger, and I serve as the Senior Director of Membership and Corporate Relations at K-State. We're excited everybody's here. I know Julie and Amanda have a lot of awesome things to share. I just wanted to pull a little bit of a plug. I know anybody who was in the last membership session, Ethan mentioned this, but for those people who are not on the membership cabin every month, we would love to have you guys join that. It is usually the fourth Thursday of the month, and so if you guys have any questions on that, it's really casual. We just do a lot of brainstorming, and it's really, really fun. I enjoy it. So visit with Ethan or myself at some point during camp if you guys want to be a part of that. So before we get started, a couple housekeeping items. Please hold your questions until the end. We'll have Amanda go first and then Julie, and then we'll do questions at the end. Hopefully we can get to everybody, but as you guys all know, lunch is next, so we are for the first group. And then this session is being recorded and it'll be on the CAMP website afterwards. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first speaker is Amanda Hughes from Washburn University Alumni Association and Foundation. Amanda serves as the Director of Membership and Outreach at Washburn University, a role that she has held for the past 5 years. With over 20 years of dedicated service to her alma mater, she leads both the Washburn Alumni Association and the Washburn University School of Law Alumni Association membership programs. Amanda oversees membership acquisition and retention, member benefits and discounts, community events, and digital engagement initiatives. And I know she does also a lot more, as all of us do. So, a proud Washburn graduate herself, Amanda is enthusiastic about engaging with students, connecting with alumni, and cheering on the Ickabods. Washburn pride runs deep in her family. Her husband, a former Ichabod baseball player, is also a Washburn graduate, and one of their 2 children has proudly continued the tradition as a Washburn alum. So I will give it to Amanda to take it away.
Thanks, Megan. Let's get started. We have a lot to cover. Okay, so Washburn University is in Topeka, Kansas. We have 3 areas. We have the university, we have the law school, and then we also have our technology campuses. Our alumni association, just because it seems to be a trending topic, I wanted to say that we merged with our foundation 11 years ago. So I'm 11 years in, it's good, we're doing well. I just think that's important to put that out there. Our alumni, we have 2/3 of our alumni that still live in Kansas, and half of those actually reside in Shawnee County, which is the county that our university is in. I think that's very important. And then we have our Law Alumni Association. So we're running those programs parallel out of the same office. For us, membership is more than just a source of revenue. It's definitely a data point. So loyalty, go bods, we definitely feel that from everybody. Participation, all are welcome to join, and that includes students. So we do have a student membership, and it is a donor status point because we all memberships are tax deductible. So we have big goals ahead of us. We are in our capital campaign public phase, and we have a soft goal internally for membership. We want to grow 6% annually each year, which I feel like is a bold statement considering so many people are doing away with membership, and I love that there's so many people in this room. So that's good. That's good news for this goal. That means that we need to have 400 new members a year. And I know this is about stewarding our members, so that's just as crucial, right? We average a 93% retention rate, so that's great for us, and we'll explain some of that in a minute. That means that we need to have 7,000 members by the end of 2029. And right now, this is the totals I had. I didn't have fiscal year end, but we're just over 5,300, and we did hit that 442 mark for new members. But back to stewardship. So we really believe in keeping our members connected. We do utilize an app. We have mobile up for that. We've created kind of an express check-in for our members, and they feel like they're treated like VIPs when they come to our events. So we have a scannable barcode that we can scan them, get them right in. We don't have to spend a lot of time chit-chatting. They want to go party, let's face it. So we get them right in, and then we're able on the back end just to upload that data right into our database, which is phenomenal and like one of the best changes that we made We also have exclusive savings and benefits like y'all. The thing that I think we have 150 local discounts, which is important for that big community base that we have in Shawnee County. We have lots of meaningful events for our members. We start the year off with a membership appreciation event that typically takes place in January or February. We partner up with athletics and we have it during a women's and men's basketball game. We provide free food and beer and wine during the games in our booster room, and we advertise it as a come and go event. You can come members only, so no paid guests are allowed to attend. And we're there for the duration, so it's a long event, but they love it. They love to be able to come and go and network and see each other. We also have an alumni after hours. We hold monthly mixers 10 times a year. If you're in Topeka on Friday, you can come. It's usually 5 to 7 p.m. and we have it often in our alumni center, and occasionally we move it on campus, depending, like homecoming, we'll pick a bigger room on campus. And then we also feature newer buildings, so our law school, and then we move to Tech campus occasionally as well. It's a huge hit with our members, they love it. It's often why a lot of them join, because they want to see each other all the time. They want to do exactly what we intended them to do, which is come back to campus often. We average about 200 people for that, and like about 150, 250 people for it. We also partner with faculty staff, so they'll come to campus, or come to that event from 4 to 5 p.m., do a little pre-session, and we encourage them to stay and chat with alumni, and they love that as well. Music bingo, that's something new we tried this past year. We had one in the fall and the spring. We kind of did a little pilot program with our alumni. We had about 65 people come, and we handed out the bingo cards, and we played snippets of music, and it's like a giant sing-along, and everybody's having a great time. We provided free beer and popcorn, and that was it. And then we had small, really silly prizes. And then we did a drawing at the end for anyone who won. They could win a bigger prize. And honestly, y'all, they're not there for the prizes. They're just there to have a good time. So that was awesome. And then we partnered with our Greek chapters for the spring event. And we had, we had 180 for that. So it increased dramatically for the spring, and including students. And I heard great feedback from the alumni who loved interacting with the students in that way. So they had a lot of fun. We have a holiday party on campus in December. It's like our after hours, only souped up a little bit. We have better appetizers, we have a live band, we have holiday photos with our mascot. We also, we do have a holiday party in Wichita, Kansas, and in Kansas City as well. So there are some regional events for people to attend. And then I think it's important to say that our members get invites to all events, and a lot of the events are free to them or discounted. Like many of you, we have tailgates. We tailgate before every home football game. Those are free to our dues paid members and $10 for guests. Just like after hours, it's just kind of what we've set as our standard, so people know exactly what they're gonna get. We have a Hy-Vee sponsorship for that, for the food, and then we provide the beer. And so it's just a really fun atmosphere. I know a lot of you do it. And we souped up our homecoming tailgate a little bit. We had food trucks on campus, and so for the first 200 members that attended, they also got a free $10 food truck coupon as well. So it was like a little incentive to attend and show their membership card. We do a spring tailgate as well, so we look for that magic date when all of the schedules align, when there's baseball, softball, and tennis on campus. And then we tailgate in a central location outside our athletic facility, our indoor athletic facility. And so we tailgate for a central time and allow everyone to attend those games. Same thing, I mean, we don't reinvent the wheel. We have, we grill hot dogs and we have free beer. And this year we also added a spring beer garden to our spring football game. We have a new football coach and everybody was really excited about it. So we created a new new event out of that. We also partner with the Kansas City Royals and Sporting KC. Those are great events to build family memories. I know our family loves attending those events, so that's also a great opportunity. We love our students. Our student memberships are the same benefits as the other members, but they get more. I feel like I'm gonna do student orientation. I'll tell you all about it. It's great. So we have final kits packets that we put together just in-house each year or each semester, so they get it during Success Week. They swing by our office and we tell them we've been there, we know it's real stressful and that snacks help. And so we wish them well, and it's just fun to see their faces and just thank them for being a student member. We also do a special custom gift in December. So this past year, it was a series of buttons. I just try to pay attention to what's going on in campus or ask our students that work for us what they might like to receive. A lot of times it was a t-shirt, but we're expanding. And then we have a legacy scholarship. It is a member perk. All legacies must be a dues paid member of the Alumni Association, and all the legacies that they claim must also be a dues paid member of the Alumni Association. We run that November 1st through December 1st. It's not a hard application. We've like pulled rope back on that and we made it super simple. So I think the hardest part is everybody just making sure that they have an active membership. And then there's a point system that they're awarded money through, and we do use our license plates funds to help fund that. The final thing I'll talk about is our travel program. We do have a travel program, and our Ichabod's love to travel. We think it provides a connection in a way that we can't provide in just a short event on campus or off. It also allows us to meet alumni that aren't in our immediate area, and it's fun. Like I said, we love to travel, so we have 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 events a year, and we don't offer too many because we like them. We like to have a bigger group on a trip. So something that's been super popular is going to Mexico in January because it's cold in Kansas, and so we have people that love that trip. We also we had the Egypt trip. I mean, it sold out within a week or two. It was really great following. And then we have Italy coming up, and that sold out in 24 or 48 hours, really quick. So yeah, there's a little following here. And they're really looking forward to cruising to Hawaii in May. With the travel program, that other connection that we're providing, like stewarding the people that are traveling and our members, everybody has to be a member that travels. I don't know if I explained that. But we give them a photo album so they get to see each other's faces before they travel. They typically get it at a travel meeting before the event, or if they're not able to attend, we send it digitally. And then we also give a spreadsheet. It's pretty hard to see in the back, but it has everybody's names, and then it just has little tidbits about them, where they might be from, or if I'm a lawyer, I'm gonna look through the list and see who else might be from the law school that's traveling. So I have some special memories on here from our travels, and let's face it, that's really what's gonna keep them coming back for more. We did a trip to New England, and it was just, the normal New England trip, but we added a special element. Our namesake Ichabod Washburn is from Worcester, Massachusetts, and so they stopped by his gravesite and then went to Washburn Hall for dinner. That dinner also included a local historian that ran the museum there, and so they got to learn even more about Ichabod that night, so that was special. And then Mexico, such a good, I gotta go this year, you guys, come on. So they get floaties that have Ichabods on it, they're all floating around in their little Ichabod. Typically the Chiefs play once or twice while they're down there, so they'll have watch parties for the Chiefs. And then they have a pub crawl, so there's usually, no, they have, so there's usually 17 bars on the site, and they'll go to 10 of them, and they have shirts made. It's a thing. I can explain it if you need more details. I mean, I can't tell you everything. Anyway, they have a lot of fun, and I think that's the key. I mean, we talked about membership yesterday, and we were asked to describe it in one word or 2 words, 3 words, and I said fun. Honestly, we have to have fun with it. So finally, our travel, we do a travel group in our app every trip. So I think it's building like a social community, and it's really fun. Yes, we tell them very important information in there, but they're able to share their own photos or their own ideas or stories. So I'll explain a couple of these. We had a Washburn baseball hat lost by the pool, and so we got to find its rightful owner, which I think is so much fun. Yeah, I'm often just sitting in the office while they're partying in Mexico, but I get to see all the fun happening. And so the second one is just an example of what the travel agent might show, the white beach party coming up, or check in your flight, so very serious information, right? But they have, there's always fun going on, or maybe it's gonna rain, and so they explain that there might be a backup plan for that as well. The third one is actually just a very touching story. So this is a photo of our member Darren, and he was on his flight home from Mexico, and he fell ill on the flight before it took off. So he and his wife and our travel agent had to get off the plane, and our feet just started blowing up, right? I mean, pretty traumatic experience for our travelers. They've spent all this time, like a week with him in Mexico, and now he's ill and he has to stay. And so they just kept wishing him well and hoping for a speedy recovery. 5 days later, this photo was posted that he's on his flight home and he looks good and he's doing well. And so again, that feed just started blowing up, like they just absolutely care about each other. And so that's really fun to see. The final 2 pictures, there's always a card game going on. Like they're playing bridge and playing swoop on these games, and they tell each other about it, and then they meet up. And that's really cute to see. In fact, we've considered starting like a Thursday afternoon card game in the Alumni Association. And if they want to pay me to play cards, I'm all in, like on a Thursday afternoon. I think that would be a lot of fun. So good ideas come for this as well. The final photo is my favorite, and it is a photo of a balcony, but it's a photo of one of our members locked out on their balcony. And they put the photo in the app, and they said, SOS, I need help, I'm locked out, I'm stuck on my balcony, someone please save me. And so we were able to have someone get a hold of maintenance, because they did the room number, and save them. So we can say our app actually saves lives. But I just, when you're, like, we like to have a lot of fun with this, and membership really isn't just a transaction, it is absolutely just the beginning of a relationship. So, thank you guys.
Thank you, Amanda. I love that quote. I'm going to use that one. Our second presenter is Julie Mackey from Washington State University Alumni Association. Okay, here we go. Julie is the Assistant Director of Membership Management at the WSU Alumni Association, where she's proudly served for the past 10 years. In her role, she leads efforts in membership growth, retention, benefits, communications, and events to help strengthen and celebrate the Cougar community. A proud WSU alum, Julie loves cheering on the Cougs alongside her husband and 2 kids at as many sporting events as possible. Outside of work, she stays just as active, supporting her kids in their activities, playing volleyball, and spending quality time with family and friends. I will let Julie take it over.
Okay, thank you all. I know I am the person in between lunch, so I will hustle. So as Amanda explained, we're just going to do a quick overview just so we can kind of give a nice little overview of how many people are actually stewarding our members in each of the zones. So right now we are just over-ish, it fluctuates, 45,000 members. We have over 200 and something living alums around the world. We have expanded. We have 6 different campuses, 5 of which are in Washington, spread all out. We do have our global campus, which is also now, I believe, award-winning, so woohoo there. But it also adds a little fun piece of who we actually can access to steward. We have usually 54 active chapters, clubs, and communities. Those are also spread throughout the entire country. We do have that as management under our engagement team, so I can take 0 credit for that. With that, most of our members, alums, are living in the Pacific Northwest. Most in Washington are on the west side of the state. So they love Pullman, they love to visit Pullman, they don't love to live in Pullman anymore. But our California, Oregon is huge, Arizona, and then we are growing in Texas and Colorado a lot more, which is really exciting. Of that, so all those numbers, our staff right now full-time 18, just 1 8, and that's fully staffed right now. We're never fully staffed for long. Of that, there's three, sorry, I shouldn't use that one. We're gonna do 3. Sorry, my bad. Yes, as of 3 members, that includes myself, another person on our membership team who is mostly data, and our supervisor who does most of the biz stuff. So me, membership, renewals, benefits, mostly stewardship, events, all the things. So small but mighty, super exciting, lots of opportunities. With that, we are also running into some other fun challenges at the moment. I'm sure most of you have heard, surprise, surprise, budget cuts across state, university, our department in general. We have a fresh new university president as of April. We have a fresh new athletic director as of right before then. We have a fresh new provost on our campus. And fun fact, we're rebuilding the Pac-12. So we have a lot of things coming at us of super happy people, super excited people, super grumpy people. So we are doing our darndest to just keep a nice, positive, let's show some love and some kook spirit across. That was leading into kind of some of the fun stewardship pieces. I'm going to do a quick overview of some of our benefits. Everybody has benefits and discounts. I'll jump into some bigger ones. One of our large programs is our wine club. Very lucrative. It is very, and again, I have to give all of my props to my supervisor, Kelly. She has built this from the ground up. I know many of you have probably connected with her on some of it. But some of the pieces that we utilize with our wine club, we actually have a storage of some of our very specific, it's called Cougar Collector series. We work with the winery every single year. They create a specific blend. We brand the bottle. So we launch Cougar 12 in August. But we keep a small storage of Cougars 1 through 10, and usually we try to give special access to our members to be able to purchase old bottles. We were not expecting this to go as well as it has over the years, so all of a sudden we can sell the Cougar 1 bottle that no one can get for $500, and people will do it. But they're super excited about it, so this is now a collector's edition. Whether they drink it or store it, that's up to them. We work with member deals. We did switch within the last probably year and a half. We used to work with Agio, I say it wrong every time. We used to work with them. They did charge us for the platform. No one was really using it, so we switched on over to member deals. We'll see how many people are using it, but either way, we're not paying for it anymore, but it does give us that opportunity to provide the national deals that they always say, you don't have any, and I'm like, fun fact, they're right here. And you can filter for your location, who knew? I did revamp our entire benefits side of it. It was a mess and a half. We just kept putting Band-Aids on it over the years. So I actually created if people would like to, if they're Cougar owned, managed, or an affiliate of one of our campuses, we kind of work with them. So I'm trying to build that side of helping our chapters and clubs of if you work with a specific bar for a watch party, if that's a Cougar-owned business, please just send them this link, fill out this form, we can get them out no charge and we'll do some extra marketing for them. That is still growing. I feel like every time we meet with our volunteers, I remind them, there's only so much you can do. Some other fun, or actually this one, I know I talked about it a couple years ago, so I'm sorry if people are hearing this again. We have a partnership with our Carson College of Business. So they have kindly reached out. If you are a life member, or we also have a platinum life level of the Alumni Association, they get 10% discount on an EMBA or online MBA program. So they're saving over $4,000 there just by being a member of ours. Because they're a student, we give them our student life rate as well. So that has been amazing. I love the partnership. They're super easy to work with, and they're super excited to work with us. So they actually have started training all their faculty and staff and to put it into their orientation slides. They're creating different marketing pieces for us, which is wonderful. There's a couple other colleges that have said they're interested in reaching out, but they have been out on leave over this summer, so I'm hoping once the fall starts, we can start those conversations again. We also have seasonal access to Nike, Columbia, Adidas. We are a Nike school, but we have over in like the Portland area is most of the employee stores. So they provide multiple times a year different access points just for our members. And I never really thought it was a big thing until we didn't offer it, and then people were reaching out to me like crazy, like, when is it? Where is this? Where's my ticket? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I will get on that. Raise a hand. Has everybody heard of the Cosmic Crisp apple in your? Okay. If you haven't, look for it. So that is actually was created through our WCU, one of the colleges. So they have bred this apple. It's a mixture between two. It is delicious. I think I said last time, I feel like my kids are like, ugh, I'm gonna touch those other apples. We touch these ones. With that, one of the cider houses that's actually in Oregon, I believe they have a cougar lum and they have a beaver lum. Yes. And they created something called the Cosmic Crisp cider. It's also delicious. They have lots of flavors. We did it one year. We somehow found this partnership with them as well. So anytime they have a new flavor, they give our members a discount of being able to purchase online. So we've tried to recreate that connection of people are super excited about this apple. We have alcohol. Let's do this. Let's work together. Everybody loves true. One other coming soon partnership that is gonna open the door, I'm hoping, to a whole new branch we've not been able to do. We're trying to create a collaboration and bundled membership with our athletic foundation. I say this is new and coming soon because I think I had to submit my proposal about 3 days before I got on the airplane. So more to come there. If this works, I will happily give anybody all of the information I possibly can. Okay, so another thing that I've kind of built on and created over time, over the last few years, is our Member Appreciation Month. We run it every May. This did come about because of COVID. One of our sponsors, we had provided all these different events, and we couldn't fulfill those because there were no events. With that, all of a sudden, my boss in like April came up and was like, hey, you know that Appreciation Month you want to do? Let's do it in May, go. So our members are scattered everywhere, so I talked with a variety of different alumni associations. A lot of people did in-person events, they did it locally, they tried a bunch of different things. So over time, it is sponsored by, the sponsorship continues, but most of ours are electronic. We try to run online webinars or tastings or discount opportunities, or we'll do some in person, but those are usually in the areas, one, that we don't have to send a staff member, and two, people can come and go as they please within a certain specific window. There are some other areas that we are trying to grow and do anything, so if, I'm sure you'll hear from me soon of what else is everybody doing, please let me know. I'm always looking for opportunities to kind of make this grow, but it has only been a few years for us, so I'm excited to see where it goes. Okay, so some of our communication pieces, another way that we're trying to at least communicate with our members in a different way, we have the e-newsletters that go out every 2 weeks, every month, the newsletters, all of those, which do have segmented member specific messaging, deals, different areas of that. We've created or honed in over time, we call them our members only emails. They go out usually quarterly, and it's kind of shifted, and we base it on some of our, as Ethan has called them, tentpole acquisitions, large events, and they only contain member-specific information, member-specific deals, opportunities, events, any of those things. So we do have a very tailored list of what that is. This has grown over time. I think when I started, we may have put 4 or 5 stories in them. Now we usually average 12 to 15 items within there each time. One of them will go out usually start-ish of football season to help promote anything homecoming we have coming up. We'll have one that goes out, usually we do a flash sale, so we try to do something to promote any holiday shopping. We'll have one to kind of T's Member Appreciation Month, and then we usually do 2 in Member Appreciation Month as well. Mine, I try to take them as extremely fluid. Some of our other e-newsletters have to stay very regimented because we have specific deadlines for the university, campus partners, volunteers. So I always try to say, like, if mine need to move, we'll move them, we'll make it so that way we're not doubling up because we don't want any, please don't unsubscribe from our stuff. And please don't unsubscribe from mine, selfishly. Okay, so here's another, as I mentioned before, we do have a Platinum Life level membership. This was not driven by staff or faculty, this was driven by a life member that, I think it was back in like 2010, was asking what else they could do for us specifically. At that point, we did not have the opportunity to donate specifically to our alumni association. So he said, you should create a new tier, and we said, okay. So we created a new tier. It is the highest level, but we had to find some way to show some recognition that wasn't just, here's your packet, here's your benefits. Platinum Life does have the same member benefits as our life group, our annual group, so we couldn't really say, well, here's this whole extra tier. Also, it's me. I don't want to create a whole nother tier of benefits that I have to try to manage because it's a lot right now. But we have actually within our building created a Platinum Life Wall of Honor. So these are a way, and this was our fun new twist of trying to explain to people, like, why should I become a Platinum Life member? Nicely expressed, if you don't want to spend millions of dollars to have your name engraved somewhere on campus, this is the best way to do it. You only have to pay thousands, it's fine. Low thousands, I'll say that. But it does give that opportunity for them to come in. We try to engrave the newest names close to homecoming, knowing we have that event, so that way they can come in, they can see their name on the wall. It's a crimson wall, the names are in silver. It is a terrible way to photograph them. We've learned over time. We found our ways. The fun is that we didn't expect a whole lot. We, in the last however many years, you can do the math. I don't know what year it is anyway. I think we're almost at 2,800. Each panel holds 60. We're running out of wall space. The greatest thing that we could have run into. We have an upstairs, we have a downstairs. And we're now trying to work with our operations team to be like, where do we go? What wall can we take over? What wallpaper can we rip off? Because I don't like it, it's peeling off anyway, so I'll paint it, it's fine. One thing we ran into during COVID that popped up, and it does create a little bit more work for me specifically, but it also helps Steward, is that this wall is great if you're coming back to Pullman. If you are one of the originals and you're on panel 1 and you're 95 years old and you live in Rhode Island, you're probably not going to come back and visit. No one could come back and visit in COVID. We worked with, so we work with Anthology, and they started their beta program for the bricks. I don't know if anybody uses that one. I connected with them and said, what if we use it for our wall, and what can you customize to do that? So we actually have created a virtual Platinum Life wall as well. So it does create a little pop-up, mock everything. It will tell them exactly which panel, which row they are on. It'll create the mock-up, but then we also, I go through any new panels, even if there's adjustments. I take a picture, turn it into a video, and they can actually see a real-life video of where their name is on the wall as it scrolls. That is loaded on YouTube, and every person on that panel has that specific link onto the mock-up online. It has helped a lot, just in the sense of people are sick, they can't come back, they can't travel. We can send that link specifically, give them instructions of, we'd love you to see this, we're so sorry we won't be able to visit. Here's a way that we want you to see your recognition and being such a wonderful pride person for us. The other fun piece that we do is we have personalized desk plaques. So we have now initiated the, would you like a plaque, would you not like a plaque? Most people say, yeah, I really want it. It doesn't have their name engraved. Personally, our wall has very specific rules of names, mostly for sizing purposes and uniformity. The plaque, I don't care. You can put your nickname on it, you can put your class, you can put your whatever greenhouse you're in, it doesn't matter. If they want something different, I can customize those. We do work with a company, they customize, fulfill, they put a letter in there, they ship them for us. And we market that as it's a piece of the wall that they can take home with them because this wall stays with us. So this has been a great opportunity, and we're looking to different ways to grow. One other program we're hoping to launch is a sustaining platinum life. We don't really have like a life plus like some people have. We don't have that donation opportunity. So we're kind of in the works of trying to figure out what that program might look like. We already have this great group. We're very involved and want to do more, so what's next? And also, how are we going to show recognition for that? Do you have ideas? I want them. Okay, so some of our events and engagement that we use with, how am I doing on time? Oh, okay. Everybody if you do pregame tailgate, our entire university turns into a big tailgate for homecoming, so it doesn't really make sense for us to host something. We have our building open, so people don't have to use the porta potties. We do different member giveaways there. Most of our pregame events are actually at away games. So we host everything. We have member, non-member pricing, member gifts, different things like that, but we also work with our chapter in that area to create kind of a whole exciting weekend of check this chapter out, connect with them, go check out these local Coupon bars, here's your bar crawl, go to this event. So we've been working to build that. We have a very high-end dinner, and we partner with all those. I'm not gonna read them off, but high ticket price, Fridays before home football games, we have limited how many we are utilizing. This is great for our members, but it also is connecting with our foundation. They use this as a selling point for potential donors of, here, let me take you to this fancy dinner and then we'll go to the game tomorrow. So we're also creating that partnership. Homecoming has been kind of a roller coaster for us for the last little bit. Used to be one thing, shifted to another. We've had a pep rally. We usually are in burn bans because of fire season, so we can't really do bonfire anymore. Even this upcoming year, we've had a bit of change in our football schedule. They announced one weekend and said, this is homecoming, and everybody threw a fit, so they said, just kidding, we're moving the homecoming game. So they shifted it to earlier, which is fine for weather purposes, but there were already a whole bunch of events that were planned by a bunch of our student groups. So we are actually merging, and we're going to be a part of their events. So more to come on how this goes, and if that's the future, we don't really know. It's been a roll, it's fine, we're fine. But we also at our school started working on a partnership with our ticketing office, and so they've been creating discounted ticket links just for our members to help promote in that. And then finally, we just had our Crew Day of the Mariners. That's huge. We create custom jerseys. This year was a custom jacket. And then over the past 2 years, they've been working to create a new and recent grad event at the game. And so we just had that Saturday before I flew out. So I have no clue how it went, but usually there's thousands and thousands of people that come and wear all their Crew stuff at the game, which is great. So once I get reports of how the new and recent grad specific stewardship event went, I will let you all know. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay, we have about 15 minutes for questions, and then we're the first group for lunch, like I mentioned. So who has questions for Amanda or Julie? I'm gonna run the microphone.
You guys got one up there?
I think.
Yeah, turn it on. Julie,
Yeah.
do you charge for those at-home plaques for your wall?
Is that working? Yeah. Okay. It used to just be bundled within. We actually just upped our price to cover the cost of the plaque. Nobody's thrown a fit. We didn't do a launch of like, we're raising our Platinum Life price, so now it is.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Oh, here, I'll take a pit stop.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you use for fulfillment
For which part?
for any of your items?
Okay, so we
They're all
do.
in-house.
Yes, we print our own cards, we make our own, we have the packets, we have a student fulfill everything. The only thing that we don't fulfill are the plaques. We used to have them shipped to us. They used to be able to pick them up at events, and then we'd have to ship them out. We're like, this is double shipping payments. Why are we doing that? And so we now work with a company, it's called ASAP, but they create the plaque, and I just send them the docs for the letters, and they print everything, thank goodness. We are working on a life pack at some point, but right now I don't have money to build that.
Okay, quick question about, either free membership events or just membership events in general. Okay, I saw $10 a lot for guest tickets. How are you determining that? How successful are your events? Like, are you seeing, if you tell me 5 people, I would not be surprised. But how are those going?
Our events, our member events.
Yeah.
We feel like they're going really well. We're happy with the turnout for after hours. I mean, 150 to 200 people every 10 months of the year. It's pretty great. We have 200 people for our tailgates, and so those feel really good. I think that the challenge we've issued with the guest fee of $10, we're not really trying to make money with that. It's that conversation we can have. Are you going to repeatedly come to after hours? Are you going to repeatedly come to the tailgate? My goodness, you should save some money and join, right? So it's a dialogue I can have. We used to only do $5, and we have that because costs have gone up, obviously. But now I actually feel like it provides a little more leverage. I mean, we could really up that, and I would be even happier to be like, listen here. We should change that. And there's a few people who look at me like I'm crazy, and I'll tell them, like, why don't you walk around, enjoy the tailgate, and come back, and I'll give you the $10 towards your membership, right? And I would probably even do that within a week or two if they called and changed their mind, because we just want to, like, my favorite part of my job is we just want to make things right, and we just want people to participate. So I'll make a deal with anybody pretty much. If you come, let me in. And I mean, that's the honest truth. So I mean, I do feel like we're pretty satisfied with our attendance levels at events for a university our size.
It depends. So a lot of ours, I would love it. That's, I think, one of the challenges that we run into is that we're trying to educate our our engagement team of, we have these great days. Depending on the location, we'll get thousands of people at our pregame events before this away game, and there's a $5 disparity between member and non-member. And so we've been asking for, we used to have a membership table at the pregames to do giveaways and to do signups there, and that has gone away over the past, I don't know how many years. But now they're wanting to bring some of that back, which I'm really excited about, but it's like, I always wanted to move faster than it is, but I know they have to kind of learn some things along the way. So yeah, right now it's like the $5 difference, and then it's usually just trying to figure out, okay, how do we utilize that list, figure out the non-members, how do we say like, thank you so much for coming, if you're gonna come to more, you may as well just do this is what you're gonna get in the process. And then homecoming event, it's usually free for, I'm so curious to see how we're gonna do it this year. I think we're gonna do like, for our members specifically at the event, I think we're gonna do some sort of a beer garden where they get a free drink ticket or something of that nature, and then if they're non-member, I believe they can pay into it, or they're on their own. Buy your own drinks, you're on your own. So it feels very event specific on what those price disparities or how event, or if we have specific caps at locations too. Does that help?
Yeah, the one all the way in the back.
When you scan the code in your app, what's the adoption rate and what happens? Does a digital membership card come up? Is a list created to put in your CRM or?
Yeah, so sorry. The information is held into the scanner, and then there's just a way to plug that into the computer, and then it uploads into an Excel document, and then we just send it right over to the data team. So I'm gonna be honest, when I started, they had the card that you just print. I mean, I think it had a barcode on it. They weren't doing anything with it, it's fine. But, I mean, we would print off the whole list of members in a notebook and our tailgates for every tailgate. And then they also sent out a postcard, and they would have it like punched, a whole punch, which was fine, but we were losing a lot of time at check-in. And honestly, I really think they covet that like quick access. They think it's so cool, and a lot of times we have the students with the scanners, which I love. And our members love interacting with students in that way. So it's just a really fun touch point, and they think, I mean, we put a sign up like express check-in, member check-in, VIP, like they think they're even cool. And there are events where we take RSVPs for, and so I'm needing, I mean, in theory, I'm needing names, right? But they show their membership card and I can't not scan it. I'm like, okay, let me grab that real quick, and then I try to remember, who's coming through, but I don't know, we haven't trained really well.
There was one all the way in the back.
You had a question?
There's two.
Who do you use for your travel, for your trips?
So, there's Lawrence Travel World that we use, and so it's a local company, Lawrence, Kansas. But we also use you'll see all the vendors that we have here. So the Panama trip was Go Next. So it's a variety. I think they do the larger, like Go Next trips, those types of things, like every other, my boss does most of the travel. That's why I was making so many travel jokes. I don't get to go very often. I mean, she's gonna watch this now, that's hilarious.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, I'll send her the link, it'll be good. It's a good one, so. And so, yeah, we alternate those bigger trips, through them, but honestly, working with a local agency that's committed to finding that niche, like we had for the New England trip, and being able to do the research, and, you know, just leaning into, like, I happen to have gone back to New England and done that trip myself, and being able to say, hey, I met this really great historian, he's delightful, you should have him entertain the group. And so just being aware of those things that that trip sold out pretty quick, and I don't think anyone thought a domestic trip was gonna sell out like that. That's also been a shift that we made after COVID, making sure that we have a domestic trip. And so we had a New York one recently, it was under 40, and so it was a smaller trip. Honestly, I looked at the itinerary and I had done most of everything on it, and so I feel like New York's the tricky one, because if you want to do stuff you haven't done before. And so that was, but for people who haven't gone, or there were a lot of people who took like a senior in high school, and I think that's fun too, because they're stewarding our legacies, so it was good.
Anybody else? Okay. Lots of people. I got room for maybe like 3 more questions.
Hey Julie, this is for you. You mentioned that you do member gifts at your awaiting tailgate events.
Used to.
Yeah, do. Can you talk a little bit about, like how did they show their membership card to get their gift? How you kind of policed that?
Yes, so we did require them to show their member card. I usually brought my laptop to double check if for some reason they didn't travel with it, or if it gave us a chance to have them look at the mobile app as well. We also utilize the registration list. So I usually used to do a member, non-member check, and I would just keep that as my like third level of maybe not. We would run into issues, full disclosure, because we have people who come in and just say, I'm bringing guests 1, 2, 3, and I have no idea who they are. So when they would come up to the table, if they're like, I think I'm a member, that's usually why I have the computer with me, so that way I could double check. Now my phone would be totally fine, because I can get into our CRM through that. But it usually, I had backups on backups, but the one issue is make sure the lighting is good, because we had one tailgate that the lighting wasn't, and so I used my phone flashlight. I think Kelly and I were having a lot of fun with like, you help them fill this out, we'll do this, you find it under the table, we're like, it's so dark. Thank you. Yeah.
Just a quick question, in the sense of on your travel trips, you have an app, right? The app push thing?
Yeah.
Do you have a host on every single one of your trips?
We do, so my boss typically travels to everything, and then. On the last, with the Panama trip, we have our, so we have a host, and then our travel agent typically travels as well. On the Panama trip, because it was a Go Next trip, we earned several extra trips, so we had our foundation president was on it, and then our, another staff member went as well.
So are those hosts the ones that are charged to communicate updates and communicate things? They're the ones that are facilitating that?
Yes, so our I'll be on the app group, as a group, as a person who can speak about it. And then we also have the person who's hosting, so my boss, and then the travel agent, and they can all post official messages. But anybody can post on it at any time. group setup is that I can only have one group running at one time. We tried to have, I know, it's weird. We've had multiple groups in there, because I think it's fun if they could go back and chat, or hey, I saw this picture the other day and I thought about it. But for whatever reason, our members somehow opt out of their group when there's more than one to select. So it's just a hiccup with our travelers. And I think it's easier to just have one group going at one time for now, and eventually we can fix that.
Okay, we have time for one more quick question. I feel like somebody had raised their hand.
Sorry, Nick, you're on.
You're fine.
This question is for Amanda. You mentioned that you had 100 discounts with 150 local businesses. That's amazing. How do you track that? How do you manage that?
That was a quiet one. So yeah, that's all. Actually, it was some people that came before me that worked really hard on getting business discounts locally. We have a form that we send out. We have it available on our website. It's kind of just a grassroots effort, and it's just saying that you're going to offer this membership deal for the next year, and we say it has to be 10% or better. That's the minimum that you can offer, and we have them all listed on our website, and we do a really good job of following up with them to make sure that they want to continue each year. And I think the hardest part for me is carving out new time to get to the new local places. So we just try to listen to what people are accessing, or I try to think about what I really want and what I really like as well. And then we try to seek those out and make partnerships. I think it's harder with a newer restaurant. They're typically bombarded in the beginning, so they don't want to offer a discount. That's typically what I see. So, but thinking about, the small boutiques and that type of thing, that's really popular in our area. And so, yeah, grassroots effort.
There's no cost.
There's no cost for them to participate. I think that's fun. I've been hearing that some people are charging a minimal fee, but we're just happy that they're partnering with us and that it's local.
Perfect. Okay, before we wrap up, I'd like to give Julie and Amanda one more. Thank you for presenting. Everybody, a round of applause. Okay, up next is lunch with our CAMP